Hi, my name is Hashel Al Lamki. I'm an artist based in Abu Dhabi, and I'm participating in the 16th edition of the Sharjah Biennial. And I have two projects in the Biennial. One is here at the Qasimiyah School, and the other project is in the Sharjah Art Museum. Well, my impression also comes from my childhood and growing up in Al Ain and coming to Sharjah to see the different shows at the museum. I think it always inspired me as an artist growing up in the region. And then most recently, after I completed my training in fine arts, my BFA, I became more aware of the different institutions within the Sharjah Art Foundation. It's always inspiring to be part of these exhibitions and have a regional voice within the different exhibitions and connect with different artists internationally who are coming through Sharjah. I'm a painter at heart. In the Biennial, at the museum, you'll see 6 paintings that are painted on tent fabric. There are smaller works that are more intimate, inviting the viewers to step in and experience that. And those smaller works are painted on leather. So there is a mixture of mediums that I'm trying to explore within the work itself. And here at Qasimiyah, it's much site-specific work that was made for the space. I remember when I started the conversation with my curator, Amal Khalaf, who I have so much gratitude and really grateful for the opportunity and the invitation to participate in the Biennial. And when we started brainstorming and trying to understand the historical facts about the school being the first prototype of government public schools in UAE, and then that became a replica across the nation, I think it gives it so much context for me to respond to the courtyard. I started working almost on this project for 2 years now with different communities across different parts of the world. Parts of the panels have been produced in Spain while I was doing a residency there. And then I moved to India. I worked with a community there extracting pigments from the landscapes and from the offerings from the different temples. And then I moved to Cairo and I revisited traditional techniques of Khayyamiyya and Kiswat al-Kaaba. So there is a lot of context of influences of these different panels. And also there were experiments or production that happened in the studio in Abu Dhabi. So I went through this journey and then everything came back to the studio and then from the studio to the site. So in a way, I think it's a journey that I embarked on when I got invited and continued with that. As an artist interested in mediums beyond painting, I wanted to explore also textile and understand the different types of fabrics. So you see in the installation cotton bed sheets that I recycled from my time in the residency in Spain. There are pillowcases in front of us. There is burial cloth in the bigger strokes. There is recycled uniforms. My studio in Abu Dhabi is in the industrial area, and my neighbor happens to be a uniform maker. So I also like collect these pieces of fabric, and then in India I worked with a Japanese chiffon. So there's like different connotations to words, like different pockets of society, and how textile becomes in a way telling a story about us as species and the different economies that happened across, the region. Also, one important, it's not yet up, but it will be up in the next few days. When I went to Cairo and I discovered the community that does the kiswa, and I was really inspired to revisit those traditional techniques in a contemporary way and incorporate like these different artisans that come together to produce work. So that's one of the highlights of this installation. I combine like different methods of art making and kind of like revisiting the past, but then how do you bring it in a contemporary way? And I think I'm always interested in reviving economies, especially in places that have been inspiring to me as a child. I've always had a connection with Egypt, with India, and I wanted to go back and explore traditional methods of making and how to bring that together. I think the biggest thing that I'm trying to realize, did I do justice to this invitation, to the commitment? Could I have done something in a different way? Or how do I learn from this experience and build on it? I think that is the beauty of, such exhibitions, that purely allowing the artists to grow and kind of like feed into their practice. So maybe that would be something that I'm... The two projects that are present at the Biennial are newly commissioned. They were made for the Biennial. There are so many different conversations. The installation is a multi-layered complex in its making. And I think some techniques can start becoming like a whole new body of work later on. There is a lot of like playfulness, and I think for me to like revisit and kind of like build on that would be great. But right now I'm just excited to open and enjoy. The work is very in line with Amal Khalaf's curatorial statement, Throwing Shells. And in a way, these methodologies of seeking guidance, mainly known in coastal regions, become important in difficult times when someone is like trying to seek self-help or like trying to navigate through life. In a way, the way I described all these places where I produced, I didn't plan those places. After I received the invitation to participate, I started just applying to different places and see where this would take me, and kind of like worked with the findings that I came across during those trips, and like the work kept building and developing as we go. So in a way, like, yes, it is responsive. It's a site-specific, responding to a curatorial theme within the bigger umbrella of the Biennial.